It's that time of the year, end of the year content. So I want to talk about 23 books that I want to read next year. And I will tell you right now, it's full of a lot of mystery and thrillers. Guess I'm going back to my roots. Let's see what they are, shall we? Hello. My name is Nakia. Welcome to my channel. As you see, I am in the Christmas spirit. I tried to do the film in front of the Christmas tree. It wasn't working. It's too dark in here. It just was not the business. Maybe one of these days, but not now. But either way, I got my Christmas spirit all around me. Got my mug. I've never showed you guys the front of it. It says, "Have you been naughty or nice? Have you?" I picked this up in Big Bear, California one year on vacation, and I just love it. I pull this out every year, and it just makes me so happy. We got Mrs. Claus hanging on here. I don't know if you can see her. So yes, I just love this mug. One of my favorites. But that's not what you're here for. You are here to find out 23 books that I plan to read in 2023. I have never done this. I've done like books I want to read or top of my TBR, but this time I was like, I'm gonna do the 23. I'm gonna do it. And because I normally only read like 40, 50 books a year, that means I'm guaranteed to read most of the books on these lists, because when I make these lists, I try to stick to them. So this year, I think I got a good crop. I think I know myself better. I know my reading tastes more. And by reading some other books from 2022, it helped me to build this list. So anyway, let's just get on into it. Now, because I have 23 books, I'm going to move through them quick. We're not doing no detailed synopsis. I'm just going to give you a little bit. And some of these are so old and you know about them by now, so I'm not even going to go too far into them. And then I wasn't even sure if I should title this backlist books, because a few of these are 2022 releases that I just didn't get to. But you let me know in the comments. I'm still new to this community, so I'm not sure how this works. But for now, I'm just going to say these are the 23 books I want to read in 2023. So first up, we have Gallows Hill by Darcy Coates. I did not get to this in 2022, but I'm definitely going to get to it in 2023. I already have it ready for me on hold at my library. I just pushed the date to January. And I mean, I've read a little bit. This one is a haunted house mystery. It takes place at a winery. If you know me, I love me some vino, some wine. So I can't wait to get to this one. Hopefully this will finally be a 4-star read for me from Darcy Coates. We shall see. Next up, we have The Overnight Guest. This one I'm waiting for January, because in December I was trying to do more Christmassy, lighthearted things. You know, you can check out my December TBR if you haven't seen it. But this one, all I need to know, locked room mystery, takes place in the winter, snowed in business. So cannot wait. I've heard good things. Looking forward to it. Take a little sip. I got my hibiscus tea here. I love hibiscus tea. I don't know if you can see. I love the red color. I just love it. Tangy. Warms me up. Love it. Next up, we have one of my 2022 anticipated book releases that I did not get to this year, but it was not intentional. I was waiting for my library to get a copy, and they finally got them in like right around December, and I was already into my winter Christmassy books, so I was like, we're gonna get to it in January. And I'm speaking of Amari and the Great Game. I forgot what the series is called, but it's book 2. I've already read Amari and the Night Brothers. You already know I loved it, so I cannot wait to get to book 2. That's all I'm gonna say. Middle grade fantasy. And I think this is the only middle grade on this list. What? That doesn't mean I'm not gonna read no other middle grade, but it's the only one on this list. Now, after reading The Binding Room by Nadine Matheson, I just got into more of this gritty crime thing. I had checked into this book, I think back in 2021, and then I was like, no, we're not gonna read that kind of stuff. But then I was like, yes, we are. We're gonna come back to it. So I am speaking of The Killing Floor, book 1 in the Jack Reacher series. No, I have never read this. And what had happened was I saw an ad with the author in it, and it was for his writing class. And the way he spoke about his writing and his books intrigued me. I know he started writing later in life. I'm doing things later in life, such as BookTube. So anyway, I went and read a little bit of a sample of it, and I was like, okay, I gotta read this book. I have not seen the movies with Tom Cruise nor the Amazon Prime show. So I'm going into it fresh with nothing I know. All I do know is we are following Jack Reacher, as we know, who is an ex-military policeman who gets arrested for a murder he did not commit, and he has to clear his name. And I know people are out for him and all kind of stuff. He's on the run, so I expect it to be a page-turner, action-packed, all that good stuff. If you've read it, let me know. But let's move on. All right, book number 5, The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I have heard a lot about this book. I've heard it's good. It involves time travel, which is my thing. So I can't wait to get to this one. I wanted to get to it in 2022, didn't get a chance. So it's at the top of the list for 2023. All I know is that it's a murder mystery with time jumps. The synopsis said it's like Groundhog's Day and Quantum Leap. I've seen Groundhog's Day, not Quantum Leap, but I like the combination of the way it sounds anyway. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay, now I have a couple of audiobooks on this list. I've said this before, but I love listening to audiobooks in my car while I'm running errands throughout the week. And I just take my time with them. It probably will take me like a month or two to get through because my errands are usually close to home and I work from home. So I don't have a lot of time in the car, but I still just love it when I do get in. And this next one made it on the list because I listened to a sample of the audiobook and I liked what I heard. And that is All Systems Red, book 1 in the Murderbot series. I have it on hold for me at the library. I just been pushing that date every month because I was like, it's not time yet, but I'm going to get to it in 2023. All I know is we are following an AI robot who is hired to kill, but he just wants to be left alone to figure out what is going on with his life. But then a mission comes along and he has to help figure out what's going on. That's what I think. We'll see. It's a novella, should be short and sweet. And like I said, I'm looking forward to the audiobook. This next one, I don't even have to say much. You've heard about it. I've talked about it enough. I talked about it last year in my top of my TBR list video. I'll put it here, but it's Piranesi. And I swear for God, if I don't get to it in 2023, I gotta get to it. I just want to know where I fall because I've heard either people love it or they think it's all right. I just can't wait to see where I land. So stay tuned. I'm gonna fit it in somewhere in 2023. I promise. This next one is another one that I'm waiting for the audiobook for. And this one also, I'm going to wait for like spring, summer because of where it takes place. But it is The Missing. And all I know is we have 6 strangers abandoned on an island and a nightmare unfolds. So I can't wait to see. Of course, it's a mystery thriller. And like I said, I'll be waiting for like spring, summer. So stay tuned for that one too. This next one is another 2022 release that I did not get a chance to get to, and I'm on hold for it at my library. Once again, I keep pushing that date because it just got copies, but it is Killers of a Certain Age, and I'm starting to hear mixed reviews. At first, I was hearing great things, but again, I'm going to see where I fall because I'm learning that I don't always agree with the popular opinion. But this one, we are following a group of older women. I believe they're over 50. Correct me if I'm wrong. And they are former assassins or something like that, and I think they get another job they have to go on. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. All I need to know is that it's older women and they used to be assassins and whatever. You get the point. Let's move on. And we're at book number 10. This is another one that I had on hold for an audiobook. I am waiting for a copy to come up. Clearly it is a popular audiobook. But this one is also nominated for Goodreads Choice Awards, and it is Wrong Place, Wrong Time. And this one is right up my alley. We follow a woman who goes outside and she sees her son murder a man. She goes to bed and wakes up and it's the previous day. So now she has an opportunity to try to stop the murder. It sounds so fascinating and I have heard nothing but good things. Like I said, clearly it was nominated. So I can't wait for this audiobook to come up so I can get to it. Next up, another one that was on my list of the top of my TBR for 2022. Didn't get to it. It's another one that I've heard so much about. But I'm speaking of The Echo Wife. I talked about it last year, so I'm not going to go all into detail, but I swear this is like Piranesi. If I don't get to it this year, I swear. This next one is following a similar theme to Wrong Place, Wrong Time. I have quite a few books on this list that deal with time travel. Clearly that's the thing I'm into now, or we'll see. But this one is Lost in Time by A.G. Riddle. This is the first of 2 books by A.G. Riddle on this list. This is another 2022 book release. I did not have it on an anticipated book releases video list, but I do want to get to it, and I'm disappointed I didn't get to it last year or in 2022, but we're going to get to it in 2023. All I know is that we are following a father and daughter as they are trying to solve a murder mystery spread through time. So you got me at murder mystery and time travel, and hopefully I'll be into the relationship of the father and daughter. So we'll see. You may notice a theme on this list so far, but it is a lot of mystery thrillers. I really don't have any sci-fi on this list, and I don't really feel like I have a lot of fantasy besides Amari and the Great Game. So I don't know. I'm getting back into my mystery thriller game. gonna see. Next up, we have A Murder at Balmoral. And this one is, of course, a murder mystery. Why, of course. This one is also a 2022 book release, and it has my buzzwords, locked room. All I know is it says The Crown meets Clue. You got me with all of those things. Check, check, check. I know we're dealing with a royal family and a murder mystery, and I am so looking forward to it. Oh, can't wait. I'm on hold for it at my library, waiting on my copy. Next up, we have another 2022 book release and another Goodreads Choice Award nominee. This one is in the horror category. I don't have a lot of horror books on this list. You know, I'm more picky with those. But this one I wasn't interested in until I decided to check out a sample. And I read some of it and the writing just grabbed me. And I'm speaking of Leech. Who am I? Who is she? All I know is it says it is The Thing meets The Alienist. Now, The Thing is one of my favorite horror movies. It's from my childhood. It still holds up. I watched it this Halloween. I just love it. And I did try to watch The Alienist. I didn't get far. I got a little bit into the first episode. I should probably try it again. But either way, I'm intrigued. And as I said, the writing was just beautiful. So I'm looking forward to cozying up with that soon. All right, and at number 15, we have The Cloisters. This is another 2022 book release. How many do I have on this list? This one, I am hearing mixed reviews, but I'm still interested. I know it is a mystery with tarot cards. This is a fantasy. So I do have fantasy on this list. Look at me. But yeah, I'm interested. I am into tarot cards. I don't do them myself, but I have watched some videos with tarot card readings and I love them. I find them fascinating. I think the decks are beautiful, all that stuff. So when I found out about this one, it intrigued me and I hope it's as good as I think it'll be. But I'm waiting on my library to get copies of this one. But as soon as they do, I'm going to be ready. All right, next up, we have Death in the Family. And this one says it's like Knives Out. And you know I don't like when they say that because Knives Out is one of my favorite movies. If you don't know, now you do. But we're going to see. In this one, we follow a senior investigator who is called to a house where there is a murder. And of course, the family all has secrets and lies, which is how we are connected with Knives Out. And I can't wait to read this one. The cover just, I love it. So I'm not even sure when I'm going to read this, but hopefully soon. Like I said, I'm going to get to damn near every book on this list. I'm going to try my best. Okay, look at me, not even remembering my own list. I have a sci-fi book on this list, but I mean, it's a sci-fi thriller, but still, we got sci-fi on here. Next up, we have The Extinction Trials. This one is a sci-fi post-apocalyptic thriller. Those are all my buzzwords. When they're all put together, I love it. All I know is that there's a mysterious event and we have 6 strangers that wake up in a bunker with no idea of what is going on. They have no memory of anything. You know, I love that. And they have to figure out what's going on. And I can't wait. I want to know what's going on too. Very intriguing. Next up, we have another horror book. I do have a couple on here. How come I don't remember this? I just made this list before I filmed this video. But we have The Exorcist House. This is another one that I was hearing great things about. And then the more people started reading it, I started hearing some mixed reviews. But I read a sample and it just grabbed me. I mean, like I didn't want to put the sample down. So I've been waiting to get to it. This is a haunted house horror. That's all I know. That's all I need to know. But the writing is what got me. So we'll see. Now, this next one will probably surprise you. I'm surprised myself, but you can blame my daughter or I can thank her. After I read Companions of the Night, a book that my daughter chose for me in April of this year, I was pleasantly surprised. It was not a 4 or 5-star book, but I think it was like 3.5. I enjoyed it. I couldn't put it down. It was a page turner and it was a vampire novel. So I was like, you know what? Don't prejudge. Don't count things out before you try. And I heard about this book when I was watching Elias's channel and I was like, let me just see, because it sounds a little bit like Companions of the Night. Let me check it out. And the writing sample intrigued me, so it has made it on this list. And it is Written in Blood, the first book in the Other series. Like I said, who am I? I'm stepping out. I'm branching out. I'm growing up. As I said, I don't know too much, but this is an urban fantasy with vampires and shapeshifters. And this woman on the cover is on the run or something like that. Like I said, I was intrigued by the sample. Elias loves the series, so I'm gonna give it a shot. All right, we're at number 20. Only 3 more books to go after this. These are interesting books this year, and I am so looking forward to all of them. I feel like my tastes are evolving, and as I said, I'm knowing my taste better. So this year, I feel like this is a good list that I feel confident in. Other years, I'm not so confident. Well, the list I had for this year. Anyway, next up we have The Rook. It's the first book in a series. I'm not even gonna try to say the name of this series, but this is the first book. This is an urban fantasy mystery thriller. So look, I do have another fantasy on this list. I should take better notes or remember better. Anyway. Now, in this one, we are following a woman who wakes up in a London park surrounded by dead bodies with no idea of what's going on or why these dead bodies are here. Weird. She finds some instructions, though, and she learns that she is a rook, which is a high-level operative who is tasked with protecting the world from supernatural forces. You know, this just has so many things that I love. So I can't wait. As I've said about a lot of these books, I'm so excited about all the books on this list. Well, maybe some not as much because I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about them. But majority of the books on this list, I can't wait. All right, rounding out the last three, we have The Housemaid. You should have already known that this was going to make my list or that I was going to want to read it. You should know. This is a psychological thriller. We are following a woman who is a housemaid. She gets hired by a wealthy family, and of course, they have dangerous secrets. So I just love those kind of books where there are secrets in a family or secrets, all of that kind of stuff. Can't wait to get to this one. I am hearing good things, so I hope I enjoy it as much as everyone else. Now, these last two are my detective mystery thrillers. Once again, you can thank the Inspector Angelica Henley series because I just love them and it just made me want to read more detective mystery thriller books. Coming in at number 22, we have The Fourth Monkey. Now, of course, we're following a detective hunting a serial killer. In this one, the killer is called the Four Monkey Killer. I'm not exactly sure why, but we're going to find out. But the detective gets a call to a crime scene and the serial killer is dead. But he leaves one final message about one last victim who could still possibly be alive. So of course this detective has to figure out where this victim is and hopefully find them before it's too late. And last on this list, we have Ragdoll. This one is the first in the Fox and Baxter series. Again, crime detective thriller. I can't wait. I love trying to solve these crimes and mysteries. You know I do. Of course, we're following a detective tracking a serial killer. And in this one, this detective has been recently reinstated. He is called to the scene of a new murder. And this one has a body where it's like 6 body parts sewn together, which is why we have the title Ragdoll. But there is a list of names, 6 names, with the detective's name on it. So what does this list mean? Are these the ones who are dying? And if so, is he next on the list? We don't even know. I just can't wait. Like I said, I just love this list I have this year. Love it. All right, my beautiful people, that wraps up the 23 books I want to read in 2023. Let me know if any of these books interest you or if you've read any that you want me to read, you're excited about, or I've just turned you on to some of these books and now you want to read them. Let me know all that good stuff, or feel free to let me know what's at the top of your list of books you want to read in 2023. I can't wait to hear about it. And of course, if you don't have a comment involving any of those things, but you just want to show me some love or let me know that you made it this far in the video, you can leave me a snowflake emoji. I'd love to see it. And as always, ways you can support my channel are always linked below. You can donate towards coffee. Try this again. You can donate towards coffee, tea, ebooks, things I need for the channel, or just to show me some support and some love because I don't make much from YouTube, as many of us don't who are just starting out. It's all appreciated. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. So until next time, snuggle up in your hideaway with a good book, unplug as much as possible, be kind to all kind, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. You get a little extra treat for sticking around. I just wanted to chit chat. How you doing? How are you guys doing? I hope you're great. I just want you to know, look, this is a cloudy, gloomy day. It is about 4:15. I was fighting light because this is what I would be working with if I didn't have this ring light. This is what you would see. We could get cozy like this. Is this lighting okay? I don't know. I always feel like this is too dark. We're gonna go back where we were so it's not so jarring. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that. And last night I went to see Violent Night, the Christmas thriller action movie starring David Harbour, but of course we know him as Hopper from Stranger Things, so of course that's why I wanted to see it. It was very good, very fun. Don't go into it expecting too much, like story-wise. Don't dig into it deep. Just go to have fun. It had a lot of violent, gory stuff that was just like, I loved it. Practical effects that were just, you know. Yeah, loved it. Anyway, I just wanted to chit chat with you. Next from me, you can expect my worst of 2022 books video. And then after that, my best of 2022 books video. So all the end of the year content. I can't wait to watch everyone's videos. It's already so much rolling in, but good time. That is all. So see you next time. Thanks for sticking around.